Recorded.
Good morning. This is the meeting of the Real Estate and Open Space Committee, regular session on July 17th, 2020. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GLC 3818, and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Town of Harwich Real Estate and Open Space Committee on July 17th, 2020 will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Harwich website at www.harwich-ma.gov. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch the meeting may do so in the following manner on Channel 18 or by watching the simulcast at http://harwich18.dyn.org, cablecast/public/live.aspx. Enough. All right, we will call the meeting to order. First, take a roll call. Dave?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Carol?
Here.
All right, I'm here. Marcia, have you joined us? James? Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. First order of business is approval of the minutes. First, the executive session on June 26, 2020. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the executive session minutes of June 26, 2020.
And a second?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Can I just say, fix the date, Elaine?
Oh, okay.
All right.
It was on the regular session, Carol, that the date was incorrect.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, we have to do it by roll call, I guess. Dave?
Yes. Approved.
Kathy?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And yes for me. And now motion to approve the minutes of the regular session on June 26, 2020.
I make a motion to accept the regular session minutes of June 26, 2020 that were presented to us with the exception that the date is corrected to read 2020.
You have a second?
Seconded.
Okay, all in favor? Dave?
Aye.
Kathy?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
And I'm aye, so they're approved. Old business. Update on the state drinking water supply protection grant program. Dave, would you like to take the lead on this? And
Yeah, at the last meeting, I said that I would contact Dan Pelletier, which I did do. We've had a couple of communications. We talked about various properties that they were interested in, and he was aware of the fact that we were going after the one on, I think it's Zero Woodland up there by the Westgate Wells. He was also aware that we were going after a couple of parcels down by on Zero Chatham Road near the Water Department offices. I threw a couple more parcels at him that were also down on Chatham Road. We talked, and I also said the Little Shaver Lane property. He came back with a couple other properties off Old Chatham Road that were closer to the bike trail. And I was kind of surprised that he wasn't interested in the ones I had proposed because they were basically adjoining to the ones that we were already foreclosing on, or asked Amy to foreclose on, Amy Bullock. to foreclose on for the taxes. And it turns out that he sent me a map, and the wells are farther. They're actually on the other side of the bike trail. I thought there was some that were right directly behind the office. So a lot of advice I may have given over the last year or two was based on false information. And that was totally my fault. So basically, he's looking for about 4 parcels up around that actually adjoin the bike trail, just south of the wells. The water department was having a meeting this morning where he was going to be presenting that information. And so I'm just waiting to hear, what the outcome is from that. We also discussed about getting appraisers. I got a list from Mike. Thank you very much, Mike. And Elaine has had a list as well. And Dan's ready to start moving on this stuff right away.
Good.
All right. Kathy, you have a question?
No questions. I'm just glad to hear that the water department is doing
Yeah, we got them moving. My first question is, who's taking the lead on this? Is the water department, and who's taking the lead, and are we the supporting? Are they going to be the lead, and we support them? And are they paying for the appraisal? Who's paying for the appraisal?
We haven't resolved that yet. He said that I got the impression that they do have money for appraisals. He was just concerned about how much it was going to cost. That was part of his questioning.
Yeah, well, I responded to him in that email that the last appraisal was $1,200.
Yeah. So my suspicion,
somewhere in that ballpark.
He did say that certain things like appraisals and so forth could be reimbursed as well through that grant program. So I think he's looking to use that grant as much as possible.
Okay, so they're going to take the lead. They're going to pay for the appraisal one way or another, and we are going to be the supporting.
We'll support. I'm not saying that they're not going to be looking for money from us in some way, but until he makes a proposal to us, I can't say exactly what his thoughts are.
Okay. Well, I have, like I said, I have the list of the appraisers, and I also got names from the administration office there at Town Hall. So when he gets back to you or both of us, if he wants, I can put the bids out to get some quotes on it.
I would recommend that you just send them. I would recommend that you just send him the list and just get it out, get it done. That we don't have to worry about the question about whether communication can break down or whatever. Just send them the list.
All right. I can do that. That's easy. So it's nice to know that we are working in cooperation with the water department, and it seems like things are moving. It'll be interesting to hear how their meeting turns out. Okay. Update on the tax lien properties. The only update is that all foreclosures have been put on hold. So they're kind of in limbo right now until Board of Selectmen give the approval to go ahead with them. We currently have 4 properties that we referred for foreclosures. So, yeah.
Did they say why they're holding it? Is it simply because of the economy, or there's other
I think, well, they didn't say, but I'm thinking it's because there's, Charlene, am I right? There's been a freeze on spending.
We are currently under a spending freeze, yes.
Right. So, and I think Amy Bullock had said at the time that it's $500 and change for each one. So, they're probably just not able to spend the money to do that right now. Okay. But someday, it'll happen. Hi, Marcia. Thank you for joining us. Your microphone's not on. Still can't hear you. there's a lot of people would love to mute me permanently, but we'd love to hear from you. Okay, well, maybe you can figure it out. Maybe you'll. All right. We need you in on this discussion, though, because you did do the site walk this morning, so. Dave, any thoughts on what she maybe needs to do?
All I can think of is the microphone volume control. No? It's up all the way?
Or maybe Charlene can unmute her. I don't know. Sometimes the host can do it.
Oh. The host is gone.
Yeah. She'll be back.
Okay, well, we're waiting to resolve that and for Charlene to come back. Dave, did you get a letter from the town clerk about your reappointment to our committee?
Yep, I did.
Okay, all right.
Got a note as soon as this is over to schedule with Anita. We did talk about my coming down there, but my daughter was coming like the next day, and so there wasn't time.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah, we do need just to be sworn in at some point. James also was reappointed, so he'll need to make an appointment to be sworn in. Okay. Art, have you anything that you'd like to bring up?
No, I don't have anything right now. Just sitting here listening and enjoying the conversation. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I didn't see any Affordable Housing Trust meetings scheduled for this month. Do you know?
No, I don't. Charlene would probably have a better handle on that, but no, I don't. I don't think there's one scheduled, yes.
Yeah, I didn't see an agenda for it. Okay, well, let's start our discussion. Marcia, as soon as Charlene comes back, maybe she can hit a button to help out.
Marcia,
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
There.
you got it.
Got better?
Oh, we got you. Yay.
Okay,
All right.
okay. Jeez.
All right. So we had a site visit this morning at 0 Headwaters Drive. It is the Jenkins property, which contains a very large cranberry bog. Mike Lack at our last meeting, our executive meeting, gave us information about this property. And please, all of us remember in this discussion, do not mention any monetary amount. Okay, do not talk about any money. Now, I have 4 different evaluation sheets that I've accumulated through the years. So I don't know which one. Well, I guess we can just kind of wing it, go with which one's the latest one. I don't know.
I would just use the one that says questions for assessing right now.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
We can add on the affordable housing evaluation part at the end of it.
Oh, okay. All righty.
So do you want to just read the questions, or do you want me to read them, or what would you like to do?
If you'd like to read them, and I think, Mike, if you can, some of these things, like the total acreage. The first
Sure,
question
yes.
is the total
37
acreage.
acres,
37 acres.
approximately.
Does the property contain public roadside access? Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Would this property link or abut existing town land or other preserved holdings?
yes,
Yes.
Is there a development threat or urgency to this project?
yes,
Does the project require the restoration of a former developed lot or a brownfield site? No.
no,
Can there be expected joint cooperation for this project between the applicant and other municipality or nonprofit organization involving funding and or commitment to future maintenance? Yes.
Yes.
Are there any outstanding or unusual scenic, natural, or historic resources associated with the site? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The financial feasibility. I mean, I think that from our discussions, it seems feasible, correct?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Is this located within or abuts a state, county, or town recognized core, supporting, or priority habitat, district of critical planning concern, or Six Ponds district? Is it in the Six Ponds district?
No.
It is not. What was the language preceding the DCPC
Okay, it
reference?
said, is this located within or abuts a state, county, or town recognized core, supporting, or priority habitat, district of critical planning concern, or the Six Ponds district?
While you're reviewing the questions, I can circle back with you on that one. I'm going to map that right now.
Okay, all right. Does the project lie adjacent to existing trails or possess recreational opportunities?
Yes.
Does the project lie within or abuts a state, county, or town recognized supporting watershed, zone 2, or floodplain?
It's almost entirely within the watershed to Hinckley's Pond.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When they're saying about a watershed, are they talking about for well purposes or any
I
watershed?
think the question was just like kind of, you know, general. So,
If it's in general, yeah, because
yeah,
it drains into Hinckley's Pond.
right. Okay. Is the project within 0 to 300 feet of an ocean, lake, pond, river, stream, or recognized wetland or potential vernal pool?
Yes.
Yes.
And is this project in line with the goals, objectives, and action plan items in municipal open space and recreation plan?
Yes.
Would regularly scheduled public transportation serve the site?
I don't think no.
Is the site appropriate for multi-purpose fields, athletic courts, playgrounds, etc., and will meet parking needs? No.
No.
Does the site provide suitable space for town youth programs? No.
Well, maybe.
No? You think?
Well, only if the recreation department had kids in their summer camp and wanted to take them on a walk.
Okay. Or if the cross-country coach wanted them to run.
There you go.
Or the Cape Cod Tech kids, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
put yes. Put yes.
And the answer to
Yeah,
your
go
other
ahead.
question is yes. The answer to your other question was yes.
Okay, so it is in a recognized core, supporting, or priority habitat?
It the frontage along the pond includes Hinckley's Pond is within priority habitats of rare species and estimated habitat, and the property fronts Hinckley's Pond. It's also a portion of the property also includes biomap 2 critical natural landscape.
Okay.
That's a state. Those are all state designations.
Okay. All right, great. All right. Is the project located in an underserved and unrepresented neighborhood and could act to stabilize the community? All right. Here's some affordable housing questions. Is the project compatible with established land use patterns, surrounding land uses, and the local comprehensive plan regarding affordable housing? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't, that would only refer to the developable parts of the parcel, correct?
Right, yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. Is the project, what?
Kathy, Charlene just got back in, and it may make sense to ask her and Art to
Okay.
go back for a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just got a call from my doctor's office.
So we're doing an evaluation. We're following our evaluation form of the property, and this is the affordable housing section.
Mhm.
And the question was, is the project compatible with established land use patterns, surrounding land uses, and the local comprehensive plan with regard to affordable housing? So we're assuming it only affects the developable part of it. But I don't know what the local comprehensive plan calls for in that area.
So, oh boy. I think in that area, particularly around the pond, it would probably speak more to preservation of land for protection rather than affordable housing. I don't have the plan in front of me, but that's just my guess, because of its proximity to Hinckley's.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And off the site, we saw that the lots on Headwaters Drive that might be suitable for development are really a buffer. And the other section, Mike, if I'm right, in the front on Pleasant Lake Avenue, 124, again, if they were developed, it would kind of just destroy the whole atmosphere of that. They act as a buffer, and they just add to the total. They enhance the property, and if they were developed,
Yeah, it would certainly damage the aesthetics, and not only that, but it's within the watershed to Hinckley's Pond.
right.
And as I recall, looking at the property, it's very narrow there. If I'm in the right place, it's very narrow there. So construction may be, really limited on those parcels anyway, for development. With a 40B, you can pretty much do anything, but you still have to abide by any state laws. So it would still have to meet certain setbacks from the wetlands and you still want a safe setback from roads and things like that. So, the lots right on 124 probably are not well suited for any type of development because of the shape of them, the narrowness of them, that kind of thing.
yeah.
Okay, so we're saying that it would probably, they might be limited by the size and shape of the lots themselves.
I think they might be. I'm trying to remember what they look like off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that it would be a tight fit there, particularly being able to get your septic on there. Maybe one house there, but even that would be, I think an engineering challenge, perhaps.
And also with the fact that there's no public transportation, again.
Well, there's pretty much no public transportation anywhere, so we don't really use that as a.
But I think in the end, it's just wouldn't be feasible to
Right.
housing on that property.
All right. Is the project located where there is adequate infrastructure to support housing development? I'm sure there's infrastructure that goes down Headwaters, correct?
Oh, I think that, yeah, there would be plenty of infrastructure to support housing there.
Okay. Is the project located in a village center and close to public transportation?
No.
Well, I mean, isn't the bus thing right close by? I mean,
Yeah, but it gets on 6.
Yeah, but that's for the, going to Boston bus.
Yeah, it's a community lot.
all right. I'm going to say no. Are there existing zoning? Is the existing zoning appropriate for affordable housing? there. We don't really know the answer to that because we don't have that
Well,
information.
no, the zoning would be compatible for housing there.
All right,
Whether the lot is
right.
appropriate, that's the other question.
All right. And the last question is there any known state or town environmental constraints or permitting concerns? And I guess that would be, maybe.
I think it can be maybe all the time, but.
Right, exactly. Okay, those were all the questions that we have discussed in the past. Elaine.
Okay, good. So I think what we need now would be a motion to move forward with this project and jointly with Harwich Conservation Trust for the purpose of potential acquisition of this property. We would need to apply for CPA funds.
First, we have to go to the Board of Selectmen.
Right.
With the proposal and ask if they're going to support us in moving forward. And go to them, we have to have certain requirements. We have to have, the ownership and tax status. We have to know if there's any regulatory issues, those kind of things like the copy of the deed, the assessor's card, the documentation of the tax status, and whether there's any municipal liens against it or anything. So we would need to provide that and get on the selectmen's schedule to make this proposal. And then we're also going to have it appraised if we're going to move forward. So we would either ask them for funding or something like that. So we got to talk about that, I guess.
Okay, all right.
That's helpful that we have an appraisal in hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so so do we need a motion now to approve going to the Board of Selectmen with this information?
I think given the time constraints, we've got to, because we've got to get on the Board of Selectmen's schedule. And then if they approve it, then we don't have that much time before we have to submit an application. I mean, it's already July.
Right, and October 1st, right?
Yeah.
October. Okay.
Mike here, would you, in your motion, are you considering an amount?
No, we can't mention an amount in the open meeting, right, Charlene? Am I correct?
I honestly don't know the answer to that.
Because we would meet with the selectmen in an executive session.
Yeah,
Right.
yep. Yeah, so I think you do want to leave the amount blank for now.
Okay.
To be determined, TBD.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So can we have a motion?
Well, is everybody on board with this project? I mean,
Well, I think that's what the motion would be, whether we agree to go forward with this project.
I'd like to hear what Dave has to say about the project. Dave, are you in support of this?
Yes, I am supportive.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah. Well,
I think-
all right, Carol, you okay with moving forward with this project?
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's fine. I don't think that the buildable lots are going to be very desirable. If, especially the one on Pleasant Lake doesn't feel like with the setbacks and the shape of the lot, I don't feel that is to be realistic. And then the one on Headwaters, I really don't think that those are very desirable because they're right as you go off of the 124. They're not nestled in the rest of the neighborhood. So I think that this would be a very good opportunity, especially if we combine it with, the bike path and then that frontage that went down to the water to gain public access, which is now private access. So I think that it's a very good opportunity for community involvement.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Kathy, are you good?
Yep, yep.
Okay, all right. And I agree that it's a very worthwhile project to get involved in. Okay, so if we don't need a motion, do we need a vote? Charlie, do we need a motion?
I think we need a motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Kathy, you want to make the motion?
Sure. I make a motion to support the proposed, do we want to like name, I guess, do we want to put the address in there or anything? Because it's going to be in the public record, so.
Well, I think we have to put the Zero Headwaters.
Okay, all right.
It's on the agenda, yeah.
So I make a motion that we move forward with the next step, which is going to the Board of Selectmen to propose potential acquisition of Zero Headwaters Drive in Harwich, Massachusetts, in conjunction with Harwich Conservation Trust as a potential partner.
For conservation and passive recreation purposes?
Sure, for conservation and passive recreation purposes.
Can I hear a second to the motion?
I'll
A
second it.
second.
Or Marcy.
All in favor?
Aye.
Marcy? Dave?
Aye.
Kathy?
Yeah.
Myself, aye, yes. Very good, okay. Mike, we can work together to assemble all the materials that we're going to need for this meeting with the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah, I have one other item. Just to be more clear, I don't know if you can do this now with the vote. Charlene may be able to add it in. I'm sorry I didn't mention it before. It just occurred to me that Zero Headwaters Drive might be an identifier for a number of parcels in the assessor's records. So obviously we all know which property it is. I'm wondering if there's an additional way without having to revote, add a little bit more information so that, because this is a written record, so, you know, in approximately 37 acre parcel or something like that.
You could say that just the parcels currently owned by, and I forget the gentleman's name, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's a good idea. Hang on one second. I'm just going to get the exact.
We have to make an amendment to the motion?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you
Well,
have to?
I don't think you do. I think in the minutes, you know, following the vote, there was a discussion just to clarify that it's the property owned by
It was
Mr.
Jenkins. Was it Jenkins?
Yeah,
Jenkins.
Thank you.
Jenkins Nominee Trust.
Jenkins Nominee Trust. Good, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Other discussion on this, or are we all good? Okay. Next I have on the agenda, new chairperson. I put that in there because, of course, as of July 1, you know, things change again. If anyone is interested in being the new chairperson, I would be glad to entertain that.
Well, Elaine, would you consider serving?
Is everybody stepping back?
No. Elaine, would you consider serving again for another year as chairperson?
Yes, if no one else is interested in doing it.
Okay.
I think you're stuck, Elaine.
I've done
Thank
my
you.
time.
I know you have, Kathy, and I appreciate all the help that you have given your experience and all. Last year was a bit with the CPC. applications and all the other craziness going on. And it was
You did a
certainly
great job.
a learning experience.
Great job.
Yeah,
Great.
sure. You all say that because nobody wants to. Like I ain't could, no.
You have all my help through the end of November.
I know, and I appreciate it, Charlene. I've come to you with questions and help, and I appreciate it. And I'm sure I'll continue to do that.
I'm here for you.
Well, hearing no other interest, I'd like to, nominate Elaine as chairperson for this coming year, 2021, for the Real Estate Space Committee.
I'll second that motion.
Marcia already second.
You can third it.
You want a third?
I didn't hear.
Okay. All in favor? Dave,
Aye.
Kathy,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
Marcia.
Aye.
Thank you all very much, and I appreciate your support. And very much. Okay. Now the other question, James is not here, but I saw that he has been reappointed to the CPC. I have not heard from him as to whether he will accept that or not, so we'll have to contact him. I thought he can't be here today. Okay. And,
Was there any update on Zero Cherokee or whatever number?
It's not on your agenda.
yeah. Well, we can't have open discussion. Chair's report.
There is no news from the owner or agent of Zero Cherokee.
Okay. So, Mike, what I think we should do then is for our next meeting, we will put it on the agenda and take a vote on whether to continue pursuing this property or not. Is that agreeable to everybody? Does it sound like we should do? Okay. Next meeting date? I think it's
August 21st
okay.
is the third Friday.
Now, are we still going to be doing this, or are we going to be able to meet in the Griffin Room, just us?
It has to go through, it's my understanding, a request would need to be made through Mary Meslowski, who would then check with the health director to see if it would be appropriate. But it still has to be done through GoToMeeting.
Right, I understand that, but listening to the Board of Selectmen meeting on Monday night, they did mention that scheduling, of course, would be a major concern because one meeting would have to be over and then allotted time for the room to be sanitized. And
right.
So we may, if we were to meet in that room, we may not be able to have it at our usual time, depending on, other schedules.
Right. They're trying to fit meetings in where they can because all meetings at Town Hall have to be in the Griffin Room.
Right. Okay, so the date will be hopefully August 21st. If we're able to have it in the Griffin Room, is everybody agreeable to that, or do you still feel like you'd still rather do it this way, completely remote? Dave?
I cannot attend any meetings with others. I can't be indoors with people for that long. My family's health situation.
And also, I would not be in the meeting room either.
Okay, all right. Carol, no, okay. So I think we at least next month, we continue to do it this way, if that's okay with everybody.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. tough times that we have to deal with. Okay, so I will contact Mary and I will schedule this for August 21st, Friday at 8:30.
And Elaine, the sooner that you let Mary know, the better, so that she can get you in the queue.
Yeah, I'll contact her right away. Okay, if there's nothing else, we need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
I say,
Okay. All right, so roll call again. Dave,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Carol,
yes,
Marcia,
yes.
myself, yes, so unanimous. Thank you all very much. Thank you for doing the walk today, the site visit. It was very nice. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you all very much. This is exciting.
All right, and I will contact you about getting this application put together.
Terrific.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a nice weekend.
All right.